Hello, Facebook, YouTube, the day of Gabriel, the archangel, the messenger, archangel, the Lord. God is my strength. God is your strength. I hope God can be your strength. And the topic of the message, quite interesting topic in Revelation, pretty much. And you know, the thing is, the topic of the message is, it's talking about Moses. It's the reality of this topic is going to help you understand about, the problem is people are following the many and not the few, And I did a message on Moses' mistake on Matt Johnson, The Reality. I hope you check that out in YouTube. That, we're going to turn, I guess, over here. All right. The thing is, Moses' mistake, this the topic of this message is the reality of Moses' mistake concerning, the 12 spies, And it's the reality of Moses' mistake concerning the 12 spies that's about recognize. It's called 12 spies recognize. How ironic that rhymes. It's all about recognizing things, recognizing the things of God, that we must learn concerning finding His direction. And the thing is, so of course the story that Moses, they, go into the promised land, and they, Moses sent 12 spies out to see see the land. And the thing is, the 10 spies went in the land and came to, there was 12 spies with 2 different reports, And the thing is, the 2 spies, the few, Joshua and Caleb, reported that, wow, there's, big grapes and big, all kind of fruit, all kind of wonderful things, in the land, But 10 spies reported, whoa, there's giants in the land, and those giants are so big they make us look like grasshoppers compared to them. And the thing is, they came to Moses with 2 reports. Now, I gotta fast forward. I have to rewind back. Now watch this. Now, of course, we go back to the Moses, the children of Israel, delivering, leading them in a deliverance from out of Egypt. God, they were trapped in the Red Sea, of course, and God told Moses to lift up his rod, and the sea departed, and the children of Israel walked, across the sea. And watch this. This is the part I want you to really get in here. And they walked across the Red Sea, and they turned around and looked at their enemies. God told me the purpose. Now watch this. God could have been destroyed, the Egyptian army right there. He could have wiped out the Egyptian army with the fire. The fire came down and stopped the Egyptian army from getting the children of Israel. And he could have wiped them out right there. But why he didn't wipe them out? Right there. You could have wiped, the Egyptian army right there with the fire, and there ain't nothing to worry about. But here's the real ideal purpose that the Jewish people need to understand, and the people that follow the God of Israel need to understand that Moses didn't understand concerning his mistake. when they walked to shore, and Moses, they turned around and they saw their enemies. They see the enemies coming at them. And God wanted them to see the enemies coming at them for this one point. That he, that's what we have. He will destroy your enemies. May I repeat this again for those that, are wondering what I'm really talking about. He will destroy your enemies, not you. He. So they saw their enemies being destroyed, drowned, kaboom, wiped out. For the purpose, like I said, for God to show you that he, you'll find out about God that, it's like God. It's like God, Yahweh. Well, Yahweh, not you, Yahweh. See that idea right there? But let me go on and keep going. So watch this. So now they witness. Now the Jewish people witness this demise occurred. They, finna celebrate Passover. That's probably be the reason why God gave me this message. I didn't thought about it. Celebrate Passover, I guess Friday and Saturday. Well, the thing is, he did that, not you. I just want to get that right. Now watch this. They were in the wilderness. You heard about, they got the stones and everything. But Moses developed an army. They ran into the Amalekites or something like that. They developed an army or something like that, and they had to fight. And the story in the Bible that as much as they held Moses' arms, up, the more they win the war. Not they won the war by their own ability because they learned how to use a sword. They won the war because as long as Moses' arms up, they will win. See, now watch what God, now they're ready to enter into the promised land. You know what I'm saying? And now they're put as a choice. Now let's go. Okay, Moses. Now picture you being Moses and you seeing the 12 spies in front of you, and 10 says, "Oh no, giants, big, make us look like grasshoppers." And bam, Joshua and Caleb, says, "Hey, they got all kind of blessings up in there. Big, They was busy looking at big grapes and big fruits and big stuff, They busy focused on the reward, But and Moses had this decision to make concerning what he should do, concerning entering into the promised land. Yeah, remember the word. Remember entering into the promised land. He makes a decision, say, we're not going in the promised land. Like what? More likely he believed the majority. He believed, more likely for your Christians, he believed the bride gate. He believed the bride gators. See, but here's the thing about this majority, these 10 spies. See, they were looking at the army. You know what I'm saying? They were looking at the army against their army. You know what I'm saying? Or more likely, they were looking at themselves. They were looking at themselves accomplishing and achieving things concerning defeating, the enemies, well, the people that are in Canaan land. They were looking at themselves. Wait a minute, I wonder who the kind of people that be looking at themselves when it comes to getting a promise. Let's rewind back. Remember the God, Yahweh, will destroy the enemies. No, y'all just collect the rewards. he will destroy. Now watch this. God showed me this revelation about this situation. Joseph and Caleb. Now Joseph, of course y'all know, I'll get to that later. So Joseph, Joseph's name means God is our salvation. Same idea, name supposed to be of Yamashiach. That's, Jesus' Jewish name, but the thing is, that's what Joshua means. God is our salvation. And I looked up Caleb's name, and it's funny. You ready for this? Caleb names means dog. Oh yeah, unfortunately dog. But and God showed me this and said, more likely Joshua, well, God is our salvation, dog. More likely that Moses is going to make a decision that will dog the God as our salvation. Call it like you want it, but that's what happened. But here's what the interesting part of, God, this revelation. Well, Caleb was an old man, and he was an old man, and the thing is, he was, I think, 80-some years old. And the thing is, watch this, Moses was looking with his natural eyes and was seeing an old man and a young man. The sad part, he was seeing a young man that followed under him. Joshua, remember, Joshua followed under you, Moses. Why you followed the guy that followed you? Now, and Caleb, he's this old man, and he, you're old, you probably can't see good, so you probably can't see things right. What do you know about, even seeing, look, because the spies are supposed to look at the land and see, what's going on. It's like, what do this old person know about, looking at things anyway? He made his natural eyes make the decision concerning the 2 and the 10. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing, I can really go on 2 and the 10 because the Jewish people follow the 10 commandments, and the Christians supposed to follow the 2 commandments. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy mind, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. But everything on the and Jesus said we hang everything on the 2 commandments. But what we got to understand, that the lesson is simple. God will supply all our needs according to his riches. God will take care of everything. God will run things. And you know what happened to the Jewish people? They had to wander 40 years in the wilderness to understand that God is the provider of everything. You know what I'm saying? That we need to understand as Christians. You know what I'm saying? That, we need to trust in the Lord with all our heart, all our soul, and and understand that God will do everything that he will say he will do. You know what I'm saying? God will destroy the enemy. You know what I'm saying? And give the provision to us that we become a blessing. But here's the thing I want you to understand about Moses' mistake. But guess who entered into the promised land? Yeah. The one that gave the good report. Joshua. Joshua entered into the promised land. So look, if you're not trying to understand as leadership concerning the things of God, that about who run the show, God run the show, God's gonna you're not gonna enter into any kind of promise that God has for you. You know what I'm saying? That because it's all about God and will always be about God. He's the omni God. He's Alpha. He's the beginning and end. He's everything. No words cannot describe him. Like my boy Chris Thomas, undescribable God that is the king of the universe, and you need to let the king of the universe handle biz, and you know what I'm saying, then you'll get your enter to your promised land that you need to understand. That's the message. To God be the glory, him forever in Jesus' name. Amen.